Well, how's everyone doing? And before I start this video, I just want to say that I am sorry that this video took a little bit longer to put out. I was actually really busy during the weekend, and as you guys can see, market's actually about to open, and so this video was supposed to go out on Friday, if not at least during the weekend, but that didn't end up happening. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is talking about the loss that I had, and I know it shows that I had around a $250 loss. Like right here, you guys can see that my account went up, and we were actually over $1,000, but then this happened, and like I said, I know it shows around a $250 loss on paper, but theoretically it wasn't that bad of a loss. And I know that sounds a little bit weird, but I will explain that right now. So we're going to go ahead over to the trade that I traded, which was on SPY. And let's go down to the history. So here we have the trade that I got in. So I got into the SPY trade on Wednesday, and my technical analysis was pretty spot on because it ended up going up as I planned, and I was up nearly 94% on the trade, so almost 100% on the trade. And so before you say that I got greedy, let me explain, because I didn't. See, I didn't have a day trade available, so and if you've seen my trades, I usually take profits around 10 to 15%. So trust me when I tell you that I would have taken profits a long time ago before it actually got to 94%. So I had to hold over the 4th of July, which was the markets weren't open on 4th of July. And I didn't think of it, I didn't think much of it since I was up so much. I was planning on selling right away at the open to lock in profits. Like I wasn't, I didn't care if it dropped a couple percentages because I was up so much. Unfortunately, what happened was that some job reports came out, and that caused the market to tank. And you see, the job reports were actually good, and normally, if that's the case, that would mean that the market would rise. However, the market has been very sensitive to the idea of a rate cut, and so by the job reports being really good, that symbolizes that the economy is strong and it doesn't need a rate cut. So, in a sense, you could say that in this case, good news is bad and bad news is good. And back to the trade, SPY opened lower on Friday, and the paper gains which I had, which were around 250 because that was how much I was up, they started to drop, and because of the uncertainty, I decided to cut losses, and I ended up closing my trade for an actual 50 or 16% or $16 loss, which was not a 250 real loss like it shows on the account. So now that I explained that, I will show you guys my analysis on SPY chart and why I thought that it was going to go up. So this is the SPY chart that I was looking at, and what I noticed was that on Wednesday morning in during the pre-market, although SPY had gapped up from Tuesday, it was starting to downtrend a little, and it looked like it was going to test the previous day resistance, which had now become support. So we go back and look into like Tuesday afternoon, we can see that it started topping out around this 297 area, and it couldn't really get past the 297 area. Although on Wednesday, we see that during pre-market, it was actually able to go through that 297 area, and it got all the way up to around 297.60 area, and so it had a pretty nice gap up. But also during pre-market, it started to downtrend again, and it looked like it was heading towards the 297 area again. And so right here, I saw that it reached it went below the 297 area, and so I saw this as a good opportunity to buy in, because overall the trend, if we look at the overall trend of SPY throughout the week, it still has been uptrending. So I saw that as a reasonable dip, and so what I ended up doing right at market open was buying some 300 SPY calls for the following week, so 1 week out. And so right after it bounced, or right after it broke through that 297 area, it was a reasonable pullback. It ended up slowly building up again, and within 30 minutes it reached 298, and so that just slowly began to continue rising and rising. It got all the way up from 297.20, which was around the price where I bought in, and it got as high up to 299 and 24. And so you can see that if we follow that trend line of 297, it actually ended up going down and retesting that 297 area. So you can see that that is a very strong support. And so if we go even up to today, which is Monday morning, we can see that it's still trending around that 297 area. And so something to watch today for would definitely be that 297 area to see if it's going to able to hold or break down. As we can see that on Friday, it actually broke under, but it managed to bounce back up. So that 297 area is definitely a strong support. So if it breaks, we should definitely expect a sharp move downwards towards probably the 295 area. But that's pretty much it for this trade. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.